Hi everybody, TJ Mac Vintage Cards and Nostalgia here, and in today's video I'm putting together my 9 choices for the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. And before I get started, I just want to thank Jake for doing this. Does a great job, very organized, good person to be running this, and also appreciate Mike for starting this concept. And the other thing I want to say is, I think everybody knows this, but it's just for fun. Everybody's having a good time, hopefully, putting these together and recognizing some channels. And if your name's not called, it doesn't mean necessarily that people don't appreciate what you're doing. And if your name is called, it doesn't mean you're the greatest content creator in the world or anything like that. It's just a lot of fun to call out those channels that we enjoy corresponding with. So today, again, I have 9 choices I want to put forward, and then what I did is I have a card to represent that person that I chose, because I'm a channel that loves to show cards. I'm not one that just, pontificates on things all the time or anything like that. I like to talk about cards. So I'm still going to do that even in picking out my YouTube Hall of Fame choices. So my first choice is a collector that I think is probably the most discipline-focused collector maybe in this community, because he PCs vintage Babe Ruth cards. And I know he has some cards after his playing days as well, but anybody who collects Babe Ruth as their PC, and as far as I know doesn't collect anybody else, that's pretty darn impressive. So my first choice is Josh J. Stoudemire 1. Excuse me, just a very disciplined collector, very high quality collector, and I don't think he's independently wealthy. So when you collect Babe Ruth as your PC, you're not doing probably very many videos, which Josh doesn't get the opportunity to do. But when he does, for me, they're must watch. So I just want to recognize him and appreciate that type of collector within this community. And then second, I have a TTMer on here. I don't watch a lot of TTM videos. It's not something I do, but there are some that I do follow. And one of them that I like very much is Tony Black from TB's TTM Autographs. What I like about Tony is that he's to the point. He does these, PowerPoint style videos showing off his TTMs, and then tells a few interesting things about each player, and then just moves on to the next one. And Tony's also very engaged in the community, leaving comments on a lot of videos. A very funny guy. And I picked this Dan Marino because I know he's a Dolphins fan, and I always love a chance to show off a football card. So here's a 1988 Topps Dan Marino to represent Tony as my second choice for the Hall of Fame. My third and fourth selections are right here. First being Scott from Reindeer Studios. And here's a 58 Topps Rocky Colavito. This is a recent pickup for me. Scott is a big Indians fan, and I know he likes Colavito the same as I do. And even though I'm not an Indians fan, it's a connection that him and I can have because we both appreciate Rocky and the type of player and person that he was. Now, Scott, of course, I don't think he needs me to talk too much about him, but he's just immensely talented. As talented as he is, he probably has equally as big a heart, and is such a nice guy in all that he does for those in the community. So I think he's a no-brainer to put on this list just for all that he does and the outstanding content that he provides. And then right next to him is another very talented content creator. He does a lot of live streams, and that's James Elite Hunters. And I have this Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle 62 Topps with Johnny Roseboro and Hank Aaron behind them. And I think this card's appropriate having Hank Aaron behind them, because poor Hank, I think, oftentimes is left out of the discussion of those great players, the greatest player from that era. We always talk about Mantle and Mays, but Hank Aaron certainly could stand right up there with them as one of the best from that era. So the reason why I have this card as well is James is a big Mickey Mantle fan, and one of the best, I think, exchanges we had through comments is when Lou Rock had a video out of your all-time lineup using rookie cards or rookie cup cards. I said I would have put Mantle in my all-time lineup had I had his rookie card, but I don't. And I just put, that I think if I had to pick a career, I'd rather have Mickey Mantle's career over Willie Mays' career, just because of all the World Series and how he performed on the big stage. And sometimes it's good when we have discussions is to understand other people's perspectives and understand there's different ways to talk about greatness and how we would measure that. So James and I had a nice back and forth on that, and I just enjoy James' channel very much, and he just has such an outstanding collection. So James is another no-brainer choice for me. And just another choice I have here is Picker Jim S. Sports Card Collector, and I got this 1960 Topps Carl Yastrzemski rookie to represent Jim. He's a big Yaz fan, and I believe has the whole Yaz Topps playing days run. And Jim, such a nice guy. Can't say enough about him. Always commenting on other people's videos, leaves very thoughtful comments. Wonderful vintage card collection, and just somebody that I just enjoy. Hope someday I get to meet him, because he is just one of those people that I think I would just hit it right off with, just because I love the way that he approaches the hobby. And then my next choice is Lou Rock TV, and I have this 57 Topps Bob Clemente. Should really say Roberto Clemente, but they put Bob Clemente in some of his cards back then. And Lou's a big Roberto Clemente collector, very family-oriented guy. Brings his daughter Bob onto his videos. PCs, some of the Yankee players in addition to Clemente. I know he does like Gleyber Torres and Aaron Judge, and just has an outstanding collection. And I just always enjoy watching his videos and just the different thoughts he has on the hobby and the different pickups that he's made. So Lou's, I think, certainly deserving. Two very nice, great guys in this community. I'm going to put choices 7, 8, and 9 all together here as my last three. And I have on the end here Ted Williams, 57 Topps. That's to represent Eric from the Card Closet. Love Eric's channel. And I try to pick, diverse groupings of channels here. Like I have TTMer, I have ones that player PC like Josh. And Eric's a big-time vintage set collector and also a Red Sox team collector. So he goes back into the early 1900s to acquire Red Sox players to formulate, all the cards, at least a representative of each player through a card from that year that he can find, which I think is an interesting and fun approach to collecting. And then he also does a lot of vintage sets, collects a lot of modern baseball, basketball, and football. So I always enjoy Eric's channel, just another nice guy in the community as well. And then in the middle here, I have Mike from Canadian Cards. Love Mike's channel. He's a hockey guy, a football guy, boxing, baseball. He does everything and does a lot of vintage, which I appreciate, and some modern as well. And Mike doesn't live too far from me. I haven't met him yet. Hope to meet him someday, and just enjoy him and everything that he brings into the community. And I just love seeing some hockey guys out there, especially the vintage hockey. And then my last choice here, I got this Harmon Killebrew for Brent at Near Mint Musings. Brent is somebody that really aims to educate with his videos, which I appreciate. I'm always learning something from Brent's videos. Big-time Harmon Killebrew fan, as well as Roberto Clemente, a lot of the Latin players. I know he follows them and collects them. And he's just somebody that has great video quality and, like I said, information and an outstanding collection. So whenever I see Brent's videos, they're must-watch as well. And there you have it, my 9 choices, and I just wish them the best. I know only 5 get in, but again, it's not all about getting in or not. It's just putting people out there, and I just hope everybody appreciates the fact that we have a chance to pay tribute to what others are doing in the community. And if you're not mentioned in a lot of these videos and you're doing content, just keep doing what you're doing and stay involved in the community, because we certainly are better off the more people we have creating content and doing good things out there. So everybody have a great weekend, and we'll talk again soon.